I will show to you how to use three main features that we have on Smart Center. The first one that we will talk about right now is called software deployment. So by clicking on the menu, you can see another menu called remote management. And just by clicking here and remote management, you go to distribution. Uh, while the software is loading here, as you know, by using Smart Center, we can deploy any kind of software, command, or file for one specific device or for multiple devices. So I will show you a simple example on how to deploy software. You need to click and create a new task. After that, you have distribution name and description. And here, you need to insert credentials. You need to include the name of the distribution that you want to deploy, a simple description about this task. After that, you need to choose software. And as I said, you can also choose file or command, but here we will show software. After that, you need to choose the distribution point that Smart Center have on our environment. And then you need to include the domain. After that, you need to include credentials that have simple access to install software. You can use credentials for the Active Directory. These credentials do not need to have administrators' rights or nothing like that. It's just a simple user that must be part of the security group into the Active Directory. After that, you need to find the path where the software that you want to deploy are. And then you need to choose the software that you want to deploy. You can also include some parameters like for use silent mode and other kinds or other modes to deploy softwares. In this case, we will not use any other parameter. Then you can choose the department. And after we select the department, you can select the device that you want to deploy. Here in our demo environment, we just have one device, but in the real case, you can choose different departments and you can choose one or more devices. After that, you have three main options. The first one is schedule, so you can schedule for any time to deploy the software. For example, you can choose to deploy the software after midnight to not impact the work time of the users. You can save the task and run these tasks later, or you can save and run immediately. This is the one that we will use right now. So after you click there, you can see the task that you create, the name, the description of this tasks, the date and the hour when this task was created. And then you have some buttons to quick help you to change something or check something on this task. The first one is called edit, so you can click anytime on edit and change something if you want it. The second one is delete. If you want to delete this task, you will just use it once. Then you have the play to run the task immediately, and you have info where you can track more details about the status of these tasks. So let's click in run. You can see a little alert at the bottom of the screen telling that the task is running right now, and you can follow the status by clicking the information. We can check if the software was installed correctly. So let's click in information and see the new logs. Here, as you can see, we have a log now, and you can check the status of the installation was okay. The device name, the target name, if there was some error or not, the start time of the task and the end time of the task. So your team can follow all the status, all the logs during a massive deployment process. But let's go to the real device and see if this software was really installed and how we can do that. First, let's use this time to show you how we can use the remote access tool of SmartCenter. Again, you can click on menu. After that, you can click in inventory and then hardware. You can look and find the device that you want to prove that we have the software installation. In this case, we just have one, so let's click on this device. So here we have the device main page where you can find a lot of different informations about this device. And also through this page, you can directly and securely access this device. You just need to click on the remote access button right here. You need to insert a password. And then click on connect. Okay, so we are remote accessing the target device, and we need to check, we want to check if the software was installed. But first, let's use this time to show a little bit about how our remote access tool can help you. First, the first question is why the color is not so good. It's not a real color. That's because we have a feature that you can choose to have priority on quality or on speed of connection. And you have a lot of different options to have the best connection, the best support view possible. We also have some good features here. For example, the first one, we have file transfer. So I can transfer from my device any file that I want to the end point. So it's really useful when you want to send to the end user a document, a file, or a guide to help him solve some problems. We also have real-time chat, and we can use this chat to talk with the end users, solve some questions, ask him to proceed with some activities. And then this is one key differential that we have. We can enforce the administrator mode. So even if the end user was logged by using a normal user without administrative rights, you can run tasks using administrative rights just by clicking here. Okay? So saying that, let's check if our software was installed. And right here, as you can see at the software management tool from Windows, we have the 7-zip correctly installed today at the hour, at the time, and at the correctly version that we asked for by using SmartCenter. So as you can see, the software was installed. Now, let's say that I want to uninstall the software remotely by using, again, the SmartCenter software deploy feature. Again, you need to click on menu. Then you go to remote management. And this time you will click on uninstall. The workflow here is almost the same. You need to click on create a new, so you can create a new task. As you can see, the screen, it's almost the same, but you have some key differentials here. Again, you need to choose the irradiator, the device that is responsible to run the command to install the software. You need to include the domain. You need to include a user with the same rights that you use it for the deployment. But here we have some other options that we can show to you later. But just you know, you can filter the softwares that you want to install simple by clicking one of these buttons. The green ones you show you only the software that are allowed in your environment. The red ones, you can see all the softwares that you have, but they are not allowed. And the yellow ones, you have all the softwares without any classification yet. But let's follow the common path, the simple path. You will click here on this drill down list, choose the software. Again, let's choose the 7-zip. If the device have more than one version of the 7-zip, you can choose the ones that you want to install. Check it. You choose the target. Again, we just have one device here. Click and add. At the same mode, you can include some parameters to proceed with silent install and others. Then you can you include the name of this task, a quick description, and you can choose if you want to save and run this task later, or you want to run and save right now. Let's click and run and save. As you can see, you have the same alert at the bottom of the screen telling that the task is running. And by clicking here at the first screen, we can see all the tasks that we have. The last one is the one that we just created, and you have 4 different buttons here. They work at the same way. The first one is to edit these tasks. The second one is to delete the task. The third one is to play and run the task immediately. And the fourth one is to see status and information about this task. Okay, so let's check the status of this task. Let's click on the information button. And as you can see, and almost 1 minute, we already have the status was okay again. The device name, if it was some kind of issue or error, and the time that the task was running. But let's check again the final device, the device of the end user. Let's click on the remote access screen again. And as you can see, the software was installed. So all these features that we show to you, we can have these tasks running for one device or multiple devices. You can run, for example, for your financial department and choose to install some software just for this department. You can run for the full company and install a software that everyone needs just by creating a task, follow the logs in real time, and make sure the software will be correctly installed or uninstalled. Thank you.